Well, shalom and blessings. The Most High be praised. Today I want to share on a topic that has to do with understanding the meaning of Baruch, which is where we get the word blessing from. It's important that we get a proper understanding of this word Baruch in the scriptures because in our culture we use the term blessing a bit loosely. We hear some people using the term blessing, or I'm blessed, or I'm blessed to have this or blessed to have that, and we attach it to things. We attach the idea of blessing to experiences, positive experiences. And when we look at the word in the Hebrew, we get a different meaning than what we have understood blessing to be. So I want to share regarding this term that hopefully it would help us to get a proper perspective on what it means to be blessed or to have Baruch upon us. So what I want to do, I want to read from Deuteronomy 28, and then I want to share the Hebrew word and look at the word pictures, which is where we actually get the meaning from. So Deuteronomy 28, verse 1, it says, "If you will only obey Yahuwah your Elohim by diligently observing all his commandments that I am commanding you today, Yahuwah your Elohim will set you high above all the nations of the earth. All these blessings, Baruch, shall come upon you and overtake you, if you obey Yahuwah your Elohim. Blessed shall you be in the city, and blessed shall you be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of your womb, the fruit of your ground, and the fruit of your livestock, both the increase of your cattle and the issue of your flock. Blessed shall be your basket and your kneading bowl. Blessed shall you be when you come in, and blessed shall you be when you go out. Yahuwah will cause your enemies who rise against you to be defeated before you. They shall come out against you one way and flee before you 7 ways. Yahuwah will command the blessing upon you in your barns and in all your undertakings. He will bless you in the land that Yahuwah your Elohim is giving you. Yahuwah will establish you as his holy people, as he has sworn to you, if you keep the commandments of Yahuwah your Elohim and walk in his ways. All the peoples of the earth shall see that you are called by the name of Yahuwah, and they shall be afraid of you. Yahuwah will make you abound in prosperity, in the fruit of your womb, and in the fruit of your livestock, and in the fruit of your ground, in the land that Yahuwah swore to your ancestors to give you. Yahuwah will open for you his rich storehouse, the heavens, to give you the rain of your land in its season, and to bless all your undertakings. You will lend to many nations, but will not borrow. Yahuwah will make you the head and not the tail. You shall be only at the top and not at the bottom, if you obey the commands of Yahuwah your Elohim, which I am commanding you today, by diligently observing them And if you do not turn aside from any of the words that I am commanding today, either to the right or to the left, following other Elohim to serve them. Now, in these 14 verses that we read, there was a number of places where we see the phrase, blessed shall you be. Number of places. And that phrase, blessed shall you be, literally in the Hebrew, it is Baruch atah. That's the phrase in the Hebrew, and it means, blessed are you. Now, when we see that phrase in the minds of most of us, we're thinking that being blessed has to do with the Almighty giving us something, or it has to do with the Almighty making sure that we have everything that we need. And to a degree, it is associated with that, but the exact meaning of that term, Baruch, does not mean that the Almighty gives us. And it doesn't mean that it is something that the Almighty does for us. We got to understand that. And the reason why I'm saying that is because in the Western mentality, when we hear the term blessed or blessing, we attach it to good things we experience or things we amass, and we use that ideology to make a difference between a person who is considered as being blessed and one who is not. If we see someone who doesn't have anything, we'll say, oh, that person's not blessed. That person's cursed because they don't have anything. If we see someone that has a whole lot of stuff, we think, oh, wow, that person's blessed because they have a whole lot of stuff. Without realizing that many people who have amassed wealth have obtained that wealth by wicked means and wicked devices. And so what we're going to see as we look at the proper definition from the Hebrew language of what the term Baruch means is going to settle some things in our minds and in our hearts. Now, I want to show us the Hebrew letters, and what I have here described at the top, I have the letters that are the ancient Paleo Hebrew, that's the original Hebrew, and we have the block script, which is basically the modern Hebrew, which comes from the Aramaic script. But the ancient Paleo Hebrew, which has more of a picture type of design, it gives us the meaning of the word. This is the Beit, the Resh, the Vav, and the Kaf. So it's the Baruch, Baruch. Now, the Beit, that letter is actually a picture, and that picture has a meaning. This picture is a tent or a house. It represents a house. This Resh is the head of a man. It has the meaning of something that represents the beginning of something, the head of something, the start of something. This here, the Wav, is a tent peg. It represents that which connects or that which supports or establishes, because it has to do with the idea of being the support that holds the tent walls together. It connects the tent walls and supports the tent. And this here, called the Kaf, it is the hand being open, or the open palm. And it means to bend, to open, to cause, or to move. It has to do with the various aspects of what the open palm can do. So the meaning that we get from this has to do with the head of the house coming out of the house to perform activity by support. So you get the idea or the definition of Baruch. It would mean the support of the Creator. Now, why would you say the support of the Creator? Well, when we look at the word that's used for create, the word in Hebrew for create is Baruch, which is this letter and that letter, the Beit and the Resh put together, Baruch. So to create, or the support of the Creator, is what we get in the proper definition of Baruch. All right? So now that we've demonstrated that, now let's go back and look at Deuteronomy 28, those first 14 verses. Because now when we look at those verses, we're not getting the same picture that we may have gotten before. Because the term Baruch doesn't have anything to do with the Almighty giving us something, because first and foremost, at creation, the Almighty gave us the whole world. He gave Adam the whole world and gave him dominion over the works of his hands. So this whole planet belongs to humankind. It has just been stolen from us by Hasatan. So the Most High doesn't need to give us stuff. But what the Almighty is doing is He is supporting us in everything that we do. So basically what it means is that the original intention of the Father when He created Adam to take charge over the earth, have dominion over it, is the thing that the Almighty is ensuring in the lives of those who are in covenant with Him. That's what He's doing. And so when it comes to amassing substance is based on the choice of the believer. Amassing substance is not the qualifier for a person being blessed. If a person chooses to have substance, it's their choice. But when we deal with the idea of determining whether a person is blessed or not, or whether a person has the support of the Creator or not, that is contingent upon obedience. Go look at the first verse of Deuteronomy 28. Notice what it says. It says, if you will only obey Yahuwah your Elohim by diligently observing all His commandments. So what we see is that what we use as the qualifier for determining whether an individual has the support of Elohim upon their life or not, whether they are blessed, according to the Hebrew understanding, is based upon their obedience. So what you need to do, you need to look at the lifestyle of a person. You cannot determine blessing upon someone's life based upon what one has or does not have. See, we've gotten caught up into this mindset of determining who's blessed and who's not, because in the modern Christian world, many of the high-profile ministers have given the idea that in order to be blessed, or in order to determine if you are blessed or not, you should be having increase in your life. And they emphasize that whole idea of having increase in your life. And that if you don't have increase in your life, then you are not blessed. And that's neither here nor there. Because if you take, for example, John the Baptist. John the Baptist didn't have a whole lot of substance. All right? If we look at what the scripture reveals about him, he didn't have a whole lot of substance. He was a wilderness man. He didn't wear the best attire according to the contemporary standards of the first century of his day. And he ate locusts and wild honey. So he was not looked at as someone who was rich and had it going on financially. I mean, even Messiah, what did Messiah say? When you went out to go see John the Baptist, what were you going out to see? He said, were you going out to see somebody who had it all going on? He said, no. But he called John the Baptist the greatest of all the prophets, because John the Baptist was obedient to the word of Elohim. He had the support of the Father. So what we need to understand is that the whole idea of being blessed, it's not about what you have and what you don't have. Because you can have stuff, but not have the support of the Father. You can have stuff, and you could have amassed that stuff by all kind of wicked and crooked means. Many instances, people have amassed stuff at the expense of the lives of others. By the enslaved, many people have gotten their money in this country by the slavery of our people and the slavery of other people and the destruction and the genocide of people. That's how a lot of people who are benefiting off of generational wealth have gotten their wealth. So just because they may have that wealth sustained, it doesn't mean that they have the support of the Creator. And that's important that we understand that, because we need to have a balance. Because there are many believers in the body who have this idea. They feel like, well, wow, I don't have what this person has, and I don't have what that person has, and I just don't feel like I'm blessed. Is something wrong with me? Let me tell you something. If you have been obedient to the commandments and diligently following the word of Elohim, you have the support of the Most High on your life, and there's nothing that you need to worry about. And that's something that many believers need to know. You need to know that your status, whether you have substance or not, is not the qualifier for blessing. But let me tell you something. You that serve the Most High, that are obedient to the Most High, and you see the provision of the Almighty supernaturally happening in your life, where you know that your bills have been paid supernaturally, and you know that food has come to your table supernaturally. It's like when you didn't have the money, it came, somebody brought it to you, and you had money come to you from places that were outside of the norm. Listen, that is the support of the Almighty on your life, making sure that you have provision. When you read in Deuteronomy 28, what we find here in all of these statements that the Almighty made to his people, he was making statements that were related to their daily provision and sustenance, making sure that the rain would come down in its seasons, making sure that the flocks and the livestock would produce their young, making sure that the wheat and the barley and the fig trees and the grapevines would produce in their season. All of that is a part of the support of the Father, the Creator, upon the lives of his people. See, blessing, while it may produce the byproduct of increase, it does not mean that you have to have increase in order to be blessed. It means that you have the support of the Creator upon your life. And this is the thing that is so important for us as people of the Most High to understand. See, it's not the will of the Father that we should compare ourselves with others. One of the things that really saddens my heart in this generation is that we have a generation of servants of the Most High that find themselves constantly comparing themselves with other ministers that have substance or that have large congregations with multitudes of people. And they feel as though, well, I need to have all these people in our ministry so that we can really see ourselves as blessed. Look, blessing is not based upon how many of this you have or how many of this you don't have. Blessing is based upon your obedience to the Creator. That is what is of utmost importance. And we who serve the Most High need to be delivered from this Western Christian mindset of thinking that we have to have a whole lot of this and a whole lot of that so that we can prove that the blessing of the Almighty is with us. When the Almighty teaches us in the Scriptures, the way you know that you have His support is based on the obedience. Because you have a lot of congregations that have the name of Elohim attached to it, thousands of people that congregate, but many times the spiritual leader is not living in obedience to the details of all of the commandments based upon what's written here in Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1. They're not trying to obey all of His commandments. Some of them are sleeping around with people in their congregation. I'll leave that alone. But I'm just telling the truth. But the point of the matter is, as the people of Elohim, we need to be secure in what the Word teaches about this subject of blessing or Baruch. When it says Baruch atah, it means the support of the Creator is with you. If you are producing children, the support of the Creator is with you. If you are setting up a business, the support of the Creator is with you. Whatever it is that you choose to do, the Scripture says that the Almighty will, Baruch, have His support upon you in the works of your hands and all of your undertakings. It just simply means that whatever you do, you'll have the support of the Creator. And when you have the support of the Creator, increase will come. But the thing is, having the support of the Creator. It's not about trying to amass things or trying to get stuff so that you could show before men that, oh, look at me, I have substance, I have stuff. Look at all of what we have. Look at what we've done. We are blessed. No, that doesn't mean that you're blessed. The Almighty may blow on all of that stuff that we've concocted. We are blessed or have the support of the Creator based upon one thing and one thing alone. And that is obedience to the commandments of the Most High. I want to encourage you. Be obedient to the Most High. Obey His commandments. When you're obedient, you have His support upon your life. And as you prepare yourself for whatever it is that you choose to become, or what the Almighty may have prophetically destined you to be, you need to first of all be obedient to the commandments of the Most High and prepare yourself that you may be a capable manager of the resources that He puts in your possession. Because whether it's people that He puts in your possession to manage, whether it's resources that He puts in your possession to manage, you need to be equipped and prepared to be able to manage those things so that there may be an increase and that the lives of others may be enriched. Because the Almighty will never supply us with substance to manage unless we are properly managing it for others to be impacted positively by it. It's always for the benefit of others, because the Most High is concerned about the needs of the people as a whole being blessed, having His support, and that their needs may be met. I trust that this teaching has been encouraging to you and that it has helped to hopefully answer some questions and give some relief and to remove some guilt from your mind. You don't need to feel guilty because you don't see things manifesting in your life at the same level or rate as someone else. Be obedient to the Almighty. Prepare yourself and equip yourself so that whatever He increases you with, you'll be able to properly manage it and be one who is able to help be a benefit to the kingdom of Elohim. Well, the Most High be praised. I trust this has encouraged you. Be blessed and stay obedient to the Almighty so you can have the support of the Most High in your life. Shalom.